Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. It is me, your girl, Goddess of Love and Truth Reacts, coming to you with another reaction video upload. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. You guys' support is truly, and greatly appreciated. If you have not subscribed to the channel as of yet, be sure to go ahead, click that subscribe button, click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. Like the video as well. Liking and subscribing to the channel not only helps support the channel, but it helps your girl and the channel get in and remain in the YouTube algorithm. So I thank you for your support. And again, if you haven't subscribed as of yet, go ahead and do so. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to like the video. And leave y'all comments down below. Let me know what y'all think about what was discussed in the episode. So today, we about to get back into Beyond the Gates. Oh, but before I do that, let me remind you guys that to show my appreciation, I am doing a subscriber give back. This is going to be the first of many. This first milestone that we're setting the goal to reach is 1,000 subscribers, and we're almost there. We're at 970 subscribers. That's me clapping and growing. So thank you. Keep sharing, keep coming, keep liking, keep subscribing. Thank you. Once we hit that 1,000 mark, I am doing a $100 give back to my subscribers. So two of my subscribers will receive $50 each via Cash App only. So in order to qualify, you must have Cash App, you must be subscribed to the channel, and you must have that bell notification on for all. All right, you guys, let's get back into Beyond the Gates. And this is going to be episode 24, I believe. If not, I'll correct the episode in the title, but I believe this is episode 24. So let's get into it. I didn't do the dun 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 Beyond the Gates, season 1, episode 24. I'm so silly. All right, so we start off with Nicole and her husband. She on a call talking to a client, a business. She doing business, and here come Ted. Child, he all kiss it all on her, and she trying to keep her composure. So she was like, "Okay, all right." So she had to hurry up, and get off the phone, and then he was like, What? He said, "What's the point of having a home office if I can't come in here and mess with you?" She like, "Boy, if you don't get off of me." So he laughing or whatever. She loved it though, because she was like, they probably think they didn't know what I was probably doing. I forgot her exact words, but she was like, they probably thought I was a little too excited, but she was excited because of her husband. Okay, so then Eva walked in. And she was like, I'll come back. And they was like, no. Sorry about that, Eva. So she laughed and she thought it was cute. I was like, let me find out. So she said she about to get some work done, and Ted and Nicole, they about to, get their work done as well. So they leave out, and then Eva's there. She about to unpack, so she can start working, right? So she working, she, coming here doing her job. We ain't seen nothing else about the camera. But then here she come. She was like, "You think you slick?" She said, "I know you saw my camera and then you deleted the footage." She said, "But I got you. I'm going to get you." Like that. So, baby, Eva not playing with her. Eva was like, "Well, whatever you want to do, bring it, because I'm sick and tired of you. Okay? Bring it, boo." So then we go to the hospital. We got Danny. She just came off the elevator, and then she's asking she asked Shanice if Nicole was there, and Shanice was like, "No, Nicole is not there yet." And she was like, "How she's gonna summon me to the hospital and then she's not even here?" So then Danny and what's this girl name? I don't forgot her name. What is her name? Sure. Cause I ain't talked about her in a minute. Lord, what is her name? Y'all know her name. I can't remember right now. I probably remember it by before I'm finished. What is her name? Child, that don't make no sense, child. Old age ain't nothing to play with. Or a forgetful mind, because you could be young and still have a forgetful mind. But anyway, y'all know who that is. I can't think of her name. So they sitting up there talking. And then next thing you know, then it paused because she's staring, and then she looked back because she want to know who she looking at. And she looking at Jacob. Jacob just walked in. I was like, oh Lord. So she felt some type of way because Jacob walked in. Not Danny, but the other lady. I can't think of her name. I don't know. So then we go here to the office of Bill Hamilton. And then we got his little sidekick off in here. Tomas. So they was preparing. Well, I don't think Tomas knew, but Tomas was telling him, that Bill deserved. I mean, not Bill. That Mike deserved everything coming to him anyway, because Mike does be doing the most. So Bill said he gonna handle it, right? So next thing you know, they walk in here. And bam, this is how he gonna handle it. So I'm like, what is these women doing here? And I'm like, why would they be there at Bill's office? And I don't even see Naomi. Like, what's really going on? Okay. So him and Tomas, they come out there, and then they was like, where's Naomi? And then he was like, I'm sure she's coming up the elevator now. So I'm like, this MF done lied and done had these women come up here and made them think that Naomi is coming. Or I'm like, why would they go up there without Naomi or without notifying Naomi? Like, make it make sense. I'm like, what is wrong with them, right? So, child, that's my mind frame. I'm thinking he lied to them to, get them up there. So then we go back to the office, and this is where Kat was telling her, Eva was telling her, whatever, she was like, I'm sick of you. And she was like, I haven't did anything to you, and you just keep bothering me, bothering. When will you stop? She said, I got to the point where I figure you're not going to stop. So whatever you want to do, bring it. Like I said a while ago, she said, bring it, okay? So then we go back to the hospital. Now Jacob is over there talking to Danny, and then this one on the phone. Why I can't think of her name, child? The new nurse. Y'all know her, but that's the one that delivered the baby. Why I can't think of this woman's name? But anyway, so she on the phone. Turns out she on the phone with Naomi, child. Naomi, I'm like, Naomi, you need to get off the phone with her and get your butt to your daddy's office, baby. So she sit up there, they talking, talking about business, and she was telling her, they just talk, they talking business or whatever. So next thing you know, while Bill is at the office with the ladies and Tomas, he in there threatening them. He tell that one lady, he say, yeah, he was like, you remember your personal email that you sent to such and such, and you was talking about somebody, and she was like, yeah, she laughing, yeah, well, she ain't laughing, she smiling. She was like, yeah, I remember that, like that. And I'm like, why are you talking to him? You shouldn't even, first of all, y'all shouldn't even be in his office. Y'all shouldn't have never even went up there, period, without Naomi. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all came to Naomi. She didn't come to y'all. Like, child, like, I can't stand when people don't use the common sense that God gave them. So he in here, and Bill telling the woman, yeah, you remember those emails? And then she was like, yeah. He was like, well, you broke contract right there. He said that was client attorney privileges, and you sit up here telling your friends about it. And then she was like, what? And then she said, yeah, her husband that y'all was talking about, he's a client. She was like, I didn't know he was a client. I never seen any files on him. He was like, you ain't got to know. I'm like, see, there you go. And then you done admitted to it. And she was like, well, wait a minute. No, the other lady said, wait a minute. How you know what she was saying on her personal email? He said, I have the right to look at anything that comes through and goes out on the work server. I'm like, oh Lord. So the other lady, she's texting Naomi. She's like, we are here at Bill's office and it's getting heated. Where are you? And I'm like, I would have been like, dear girl, don't be texting me talking about where am I? Why you in his office talking to him? Like, of course it's gonna get heated. Duh. Like, why would y'all go there without y'all attorney? Like, make it make sense. So the one with the I think it was the one with the green jacket. With the green dress on. That's the one who said it. And she was like, what? So they in there and they still talking to him. Now they scared. They shaking in their boots. So this is him still talking to him, telling them that, and he was saying how, he can, make everything come crashing down. Well, first he tried to play like they was family. He was like, remember we let you off when you had to see about your mother, how your mama doing, you know what I'm saying? And he said, remember we did this for you. It was like for each person, he was like, remember we did this and remember we did that. I thought we was family. Then they were like, well, if we was family, then why would we don't have our job no more for something your partner did like that? He was like, y'all should have came to me or whatever. So they were like, are you trying to settle or whatever? So he was like, he said something. He was like, yeah, we could settle it. And they were like, we need Naomi. He was like, we don't need Naomi for this. So like he started talking to them or whatever. And then that's when he started trying to be the bad guy, started throwing up different stuff about what this person did and what that person did. He didn't make it to the last lady because she was over there texting on her phone or whatever. But they still shouldn't have been talking to him, giving him ammunition, even though he knows these things. Don't come in here and say yes and agree to it. So now he got a witness because Tomas heard you saying, oh yeah, you did that. Like, and that's why you shouldn't, when you people at work, you should never, ever, ever, ever do anything personal on your work computer. Like I would never, and people would do it all the time. I've worked with so many different people that would do stuff like that all the time. And I'm like, why are you doing it? They be on social media, they be ordering stuff. I'm not gonna do it. If I need to get on the internet or whatever, I mean, you got your phone. If you work in the office, you got your phone. If you at home, just like how I do, if you at home, set your desk up where you have your work computer and you have your personal computer. That's how I have it at home. You know what I'm saying? I'm so business savvy that I like my business to be separated from my personal. Like I have my work computer where I only do work. I would never ever pull up anything personal or Google or search anything that does not have anything to do with my job on my work computer. I would do it on my personal computer. And then when I say I'm so business savvy, I got two different personal computers. I got my personal computer because I do some other business on the side. And then I was even doing it before I started this job, but I had to pause it a little bit, but I'm back on it. So I have a computer, I have my laptop for my business part of things that I do. And then I have another laptop for just personal, like if I'm just doing random stuff, you know what I'm saying? I would do it on that. Now, sometimes I do look up stuff or whatever on my other computer where I use for my business because it is still mine. But I'm just saying, I still have two separate computers. Like if I'm going somewhere for like a business meeting or whatever, I wouldn't take I still have my personal laptop with me regardless, but I wouldn't use that, and I wouldn't put anything for as like my business that I do on my personal computer that I use for everything else, if that makes sense. I know I'm elaborating too much, but I'm just saying never put your personal stuff on your work computer that you not your own boss on. If you working for somebody, they can pull any and everything, y'all, like everything, okay? But anyway, so then we go here. So Danny and Nicole, they in the office, and Danny was like, what do you want? She didn't say it like that. Nicole was like, I just want to spend time with my sister. Want to make sure, everything is okay. She was like, I'm good. I don't need a babysitter. These not her exact words, but she letting her know, like, I don't need you checking on me all the time. I'm good. Whatever. So she was like, so what are you going to do now that, Chelsea is doing her own thing? She was like, well, since she's not modeling anymore, she was like, I can do this for her business. I'm going to help Chelsea boom her business or whatever. And then she was like, and how does Chelsea feel about that? She was like, oh, I haven't told her yet. She was like, well, don't you think you need to ask her before you just start putting yourself into her business, saying what you're gonna do? She was like, oh, Chelsea will be fine. I'm not trying to take her away from it. I'm just gonna she was like, I'm just gonna improve what she's doing. I was like, oh Lord, Danny, that's not gonna go too well with Chelsea, honey. So then we go back to Eva. So Eva, like I said, Eva done told her to bring it, and they were still going back and forth. So Eva got up and she walked over to the other part of the office, and they were still going back. So Kat was like, what did Kat say? Kat said something, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna tell everybody everything that you did or whatever. She said, even if I don't have the recording, she said, I'm gonna the video recording, I'm gonna let everybody know who you are. I'm gonna show them and tell them. And then Eve was like, oh really? She said, who do you think they're gonna believe? Me or the person who's been harassing me ever since I got here, and then you don't even have no proof? And I'm like, damn, Eva, why did you tell her that? Now she gonna try to play nice. Like, don't tell her that, child. And then Eva walked off like, girl, boo, do what you gonna do. So then she's sitting there and she's thinking the same thing I had just said. So she thinking like, yep, maybe I shouldn't, because, keep doing it that way. She needs to have a different approach about it. Because, yeah, the way you've been going, you see how your mom always got something to say to you about Eva, and your dad at this point, because, like, you just doing the most. So then Ted and Andre comes into Nicole's office with Nicole and Danny, and they tell them that Andre is going to stay, because Andre was saying he was going to leave. He didn't really want to be in Fairmont Crest or whatever. So now he got this job with the hospital where he's going to be doing a documentary on the staff. So he's going to go ahead and he's going to stay there so he can do that. And everybody was like, oh, that's great. Great for business. Da, 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 da. Bam. So then Nicole asked him, well, what are you going to do about old girl? Her name not old girl, the nurse lady or whatever. And then he was like, nothing. He was like, I shouldn't have tried to kiss her. He said, I haven't said anything to her. She haven't said anything to me since that, since that happened. So Nicole was like, okay. The next thing you know, Nicole ended up having to end her conversation with him because she had a client. So then we go back to the office. So this is the lady here. The lady that's standing up, that's the one that started texting Naomi. And that's the one was telling him, you haven't been family to us. What about family when where was the family when we lost our jobs and we couldn't come to you and we got demoted and wrote up for this and this and that, third and the other? So then next thing you know, they go to the scene at the little restaurant, and child, in come walk Joey and Vanessa. Child, what is she doing with him? Well, they had just came back from looking at some houses. Remember, she looking for houses for his mom. So they was looking for the houses or whatever. And then she said that this new house just came available. And she's like, I think your mom would like this too. And she was saying how it got a spa in there, and they got a place where they can get massages, and where the spa hot tub is like for wheelchair accessible. It has like railings or whatever, because his mom elderly, so they have like the little railings where she could, lift herself up and get up out of the tub or whatever. So she slid the phone over so he can look at it. He was like, oh yeah, this nice. And so when he slid it back, his hand was still on the phone, and she touched the phone while his hand on the phone. Then they touching hands and gazing all in each other's eyes. Girl, I'm not for to play with them. Honey, she done fell for Joey, baby. Now, I think Joey looking for a house for them too, and not for his mama, child. And after somebody else walked in, I don't even know if Joey mama is alive, or even if his mama dealing with him, because, baby, honey. So anyway, Naomi finally make it, and she was like, stop talking. She said, you don't talk to them without me being there. And then she told them they don't need to speak to him or have any meetings with him when she's not around. And then she told him, she said, and from what I heard, it sounds like you trying to intimidate my witnesses. She said, I can file charges on you. She said criminal charges, because that's witness tampering and witness intimidation. I know that's right, Naomi. Get on his butt, girl. Baby. So she told them, she was like, y'all got me. And she said, we need to leave. She said, y'all leaving now. She said, this meeting is over. Like, baby, like, no, because he tried it. He tried it. And she said, and just because you did this, I'm really going to take you down. And then this how he looking, child. Did I see Tomas in the back? Oh, we can't see his face, but yeah. So this how he was in the back. Tomas looking like a sad puppy dog. He don't know what to do, honey. And here she is telling him that she gonna ruin him, and he gonna wish that he hadn't had that meeting with them. And there go Tomas holding the door open, looking like a sad puppy dog. So then we got Andre sitting here, and y'all probably wonder like why she got this picture of just Andre, because he was, y'all see how he just looking. I was like, what the hell is he looking at? See that back in the background? That's what he was looking at. He was looking at old girl. I don't know why I want to keep calling her Vanessa. Why can't I remember this woman's name? Child. I cannot remember her name for the life of saving me. But anyway, he was staring at her. So then we see that Nicole walked up, and that's when he got up and he started talking to Nicole. So Nicole told him that she's not, that old girl is not for him. He was like, you need to find somebody. She said, you need to find somebody else. She's not who you need, and she's not good. She's not for you. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So then we go here. Tomas, after the little meeting, the little shakedown, Tomas calls Kat. Tells Kat he want to meet up. So Kat excited, baby. She ready to go meet up with him, especially after she just had that little blow up with Eva. So she going thinking she about to talk to Tomas and he about to clear her mind. Y'all, why Tomas ask her to ask to ask Naomi to drop the case. And she was like, what? Are you serious? She's like, no, don't ask me that. She was like, see, first of all, I thought she was a business person. She said, I would never ask you to do something to jeopardize what you got going on with your family for my business like that. And then he was like, well, no, he said, I'm just asking you. She was like, no, you shouldn't. And she said, I'm thinking you trying to meet up with me, but you trying to use me. And then he was like, no, it's not like that, baby. And she wasn't trying to hear it. And she got up and she was like, baby, no, this little lunch date or whatever is over, sir. She was over it, honey, because he kept making excuses. So then we go back to the hospital, and Shanice all smiles, and she was like, yeah, I just got through talking to Andre, and he gonna do my interview at such a time or whatever. And she said, have you scheduled your interview yet? And she was like, he haven't even said anything to me. I don't know if he want me to be in. And she was like, of course he wants you to be in it. You a new nurse and you deliver the baby. And matter of fact, y'all delivered the baby together. And she was like, no, I don't think he wants to. So they were still talking, and she was like, she had said, Shanice said she gotta go get her some new scrubs, so she trying to be cute and everything. So she was like, all right, girl, bye. So then he came, and she said, this is Ted. Y'all know who Ted is. And she said the same thing to Ted. And Ted was like, yeah, he gonna get with you soon. He should be getting with you to schedule your interview. You definitely gonna be doing the interview, because she's thinking that he wasn't gonna interview her, but he is. So then we go back to the diner, and this is where, remember I told y'all she was getting up. So she was getting up, and then Naomi just so happened to walk through the door. And then she said, hey, cuz, like that. And then she said, I hope you win your case and take them down. She said, because they weak like that. And then she looked back at Tomas and told her that Tomas asked her to ask Naomi to drop the case. Baby, she tripped me out when she called him weak. That's right, baby. He was weak for even asking you that, and he's scared, and they shaking in their boots because he already know how Mike is, and he know that that's a good case. They got a good case, they got a good case. So there she is, she leaving. So now Naomi know that you meeting with her cousin, trying to get her cousin to come talk to her to try to drop the case, baby, by any means necessary. They trying to get it done. Now Bill didn't tell him to go do that. I don't think I heard Bill say that. Maybe he did and I didn't hear him, but I don't know. But Tomas lost his damn mind, child. So then when she left, she goes and she meets up with Chelsea, and they talking about first she's come in and she was telling Chelsea, she was like, you wouldn't even hear about what my day about Eva. And she was like, I don't want to hear. She was like, I could care less. But she told her anyway. So she told her how Eva did her little old thing, and she was like, Eva pissed her off. And so she said that then she thought that she was going to meet with Tomas, and she thought she was going to have a better day. But Tomas meeting was worse than Eva. She was like, do you know he had the audacity to ask me to ask your sister to drop her case? And she was like, no, what? So then they started talking about the business that they got, the designer business. Then here come Mama Ja. She walked in. She was like, "Oh," and then Chelsea's like, "Sorry, we met here." I think she said it's the only place we could have met, or something like that. She said, or it was the closest place that they could have met. And so her mom was like, "No, no worries." She was like, "Because I got all these great ideas and this and that. There, I think that you should do one last runway, and then at the end you should present your designer bag so everybody would see your bag like that." And then she was like, "Mom," she was like, "We're gonna do this on her," and then Kat was like, "Oh no, continue, Aunt Danny," like that. And then Chelsea looked at her like, What are you talking about? You kept rushing me to get her out of this, and now you telling her to continue." And then Kat was like, "I'm sorry, my bad. It was a good idea." You know what I'm saying? So now Danny just talking. And she's like, "Oh, let me go get this stuff out the car." So then she come back with her stuff and she's sharing her ideas, and look at Chelsea, baby. Chelsea is not having it, okay? Chelsea's like, "This is mine." You know what I'm saying? Even Kat don't have a say so in Chelsea design. Kat just do the business part of it. Chelsea is the designer. This is her baby. This is her business. You see what I'm saying? So then she was like, when Danny came back, she got all these different purses and then she making all these decisions. And then Chelsea was like, "No." And then Danny turned around to Kat and she was like, "Well, what do you think?" Like that. And then Chelsea was like, "Yeah, what do you think?" She was like, "I think y'all should talk about it." And she heard him grab her stuff and run off like, "Child, you shouldn't have been inviting her in. Now you're going to leave it to Chelsea to try to tell her she can't do it. Like, why did you even entertain it? Like, Kat, that's wrong. Kat, you was wrong for that." And then look at Chelsea. She like, "Oh Lord." Chelsea don't know what to do. She about ready to pull her damn hair out or go get her a bottle herself. So baby, here come Randy. Randy come in and he looking like, "What the hell is this dude doing sitting here with Doug's wife?" Right? So this is why I say, if he got a mama, or I mean, well, everybody has a mama, but if his mama is still living, or if he even have a relationship, because when Vanessa told him, she was like, "Oh yeah, we've been looking for houses for his mom," and he looked like his mom, like as if like he don't have, I mean, like his mom is not in the picture, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "Ooh, we Randy, come on, say something, tell us." Of course, he not gonna say nothing in front of her. I mean, in front of them together, because he know Joy will get him, and Joy was already giving him that mean look, child. I was like, child. So they ended up leaving together, him and Joey. So then they still at the restaurant after. Oh, excuse me, after Kat had left. And so he asked Naomi, because she talked to him, and she was like, "You know, I can't talk to you. I can't discuss this case." And he was like, "I'm not trying to discuss the case with you." He was like, "I just want to ask you something." He said, "I just want to talk to you." He was like, he was like, "Do you understand that this is one person that you are going after?" And he was like, "And I, to be honest, I wouldn't care what happens to Mike." So hint, hint, letting her know that Mike did do these things, right? Because you already saying you don't care what happened. He said, "But to take down the whole firm," he said, "Did you think about like me and other people who didn't do any of this and didn't have anything to do with this, or didn't know that this happened? Like, why should we all have to suffer?" You know what I'm saying? So she told him, "Listen, if you don't want to suffer these consequences coming behind what this man did, and my father allowed it, and then he still won't do right by these women, he want to sit here and try to intimidate them." She said, "I think you should pack your bags and you should get the stepping out from in there before everything start coming down, before the ceiling come caving down, baby." So she told him, "You better get the stepping, boo, because I'm about to step all over y'all ass." Okay. And then this how he looking like a little puppy dog again, child. So then Kat, she on the phone. I don't know who she was talking to, but then Tomas sent her a text message, so she started daydreaming. Child, she started daydreaming about him. She daydreamed that he was there with her in the house, and that he was apologizing. He told her he was wrong. He should have never asked her to do that, and she don't have anything to do with their business or what Naomi got going on, and he should have kept that, separate, which he should have. Just like he shouldn't have even never told her about the lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Remember, he told her before it even came out and before anybody knew. So she was daydreaming about that. And then they started kissing. She accepted his apology. She started kissing. And then he stopped kissing her. And she was like, no, wait, Tomas, I want more. Like that. Sure. So she want more than kiss you. Like, I love the way you smell. I love the way you feel. I was like, yeah. Y'all know she a virgin, so I was like, girl, let me find out. You better pump your brakes, little mama. Pump your brakes, little mama. You ain't ready for that life. Well, that's what you said. But child, Tomas do a little something to her because, baby, she was like, she didn't want him to go and she wanted more. And this is still daydreaming. She daydreaming. So he said, if you want more, he said, type yes. And then she snapped back out of it. And then she looking at her phone where he said, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Forgive me. And then she replied back and she said yes. So then we go back to the hospital. We got Andre getting ready to leave. Kat just got there, and then they all sitting there talking, and Andre, and they was like, had you got around to everybody yet? Because remember, Ted just talked to old girl, and she haven't got her interview scheduled yet. And he was like, no, he was like, I hadn't had a chance to get around to everybody as of yet. And Nicole was like, okay, well, that's fine. I can have Eva to help you out like that. And then Kat said, yeah, Eva can help you. And they looking like, what? Did you just volunteer? Wait, did you just try to do some good on Eva's behalf? And then she was like, I just thought, like, I've been doing all of this, trying to figure her out. And she was like, I just need to leave that alone. So she, if anything, she was making it seem like she gonna make good and do good by Eva. And that's why I was like, Eva, you shouldn't have told her that, because now she finna start acting like she cool with you to her family now. At first, she didn't care about showing her true colors about Eva in front of her family. Even though how her family kept coming on her, telling her stop being like that. So now she finna act like she nice. So then when the stuff hit the fan, they ain't gonna know who to believe. They ain't gonna know to believe Eva, or they ain't gonna know if they need to believe Kat. And I was like, Eva, you shouldn't have gave her that ammunition. You know, on the last episode, you said hair salon stylist up one, bougie bitch from behind the gates down one. Now you got her up one. Now she up one because you helped her out. Like, you can't be telling people the stuff to help them get at you. Like, no, Eva. So then she walks up. I need to remember her name. I promise, watch, after I get through recording this, I'm going to remember her name, y'all. But it is what it is. So she walks up and she's like, Andre, can we talk? Do we have a minute? And he was like, no, actually, I don't have a minute. I got to go. And she was like, please. I was like, oh, now she begging. Ooh. And look at them. They all nosy. Look at the car. And look at them. They nosy. And look at him. He's stunned because he really don't want to talk to her. He's scared. He don't know what to do ever since he tried to kiss her. And she told him, no, I'm in a relationship. Like, hey. So then they go, and then she was like, what is it? She was like, you won't never look at me. You don't talk to me no more. She was like, I miss our friendship. And he was like, I'm sorry because I tried to kiss you or whatever. And she was like, you don't talk to me no more or whatever. So I don't know if he said he gonna do better, because I don't think I heard all of the conversation, but I did hear her part. I didn't necessarily hear his responses. So then we go back to the restaurant, and these broads pissing me off again. So this woman here, the one leaned over talking. She asked them, she was like, was that Joey, whatever his last name? She said his last name too. She was like, was that Joey? And they were like, yeah. She's like the mob boss, the one that's wanted by the FBI. Well, the FBI can't never get their case against him. And she was like, yeah. She was like, if they can't bring him down when we all know what he do, what makes us think that we could take on Bill Hamilton and his firm? And Naomi was like, because y'all got me. And she was like, and we're going to take him down. I know my father better than anybody. So they was like, no, I think we should leave this alone. I was like, I know you effing lying. First of all, y'all came to her, begged her to come. Beg her to beg her to, represent y'all, because she didn't want to do it at first, but y'all talked her into it, and what she wanted to accomplish, she decided to go ahead and do it. And then y'all go and meeting up with Bill without her there. Like, why would y'all be talking to Bill? Then you texting her saying things is getting heated. Now y'all here and now y'all don't want to move forward. Y'all knew she told y'all in the beginning this wasn't gonna be easy and he gonna come after y'all with everything. And y'all was so Billy badass and everything then. And now you scared because you went and met with him by yourself. Like, she told y'all this. Y'all already knew what type of person he was. Y'all worked for this firm. Y'all already knew. Like, so, sure, that's what one thing I don't like is for a person to waste my time. Like, are you serious? Like, are you dumb? Like, now y'all finna have her begging to keep y'all on the case to keep doing it. Child, ain't no way. See, that's crazy. Like, you done pulled this woman in here, that got her involved. She done filed this paperwork, and now you scared. Like, shh. See, mm-mm-mm. And this how she looking like, I know you fucking lying. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. She like, I know you effing lying. So then we go here. I don't know who he was on the phone with, but he was pretty much saying that he gonna get this settled. He said he gonna have it taken care of by the end of the week. He was so sure of that. So in comes Tomas. And he telling Tomas the same thing. And Tomas was like, I don't know about this, Bill. I don't know about this, Bill. Because, Tomas know everything that Mike be doing. Well, he don't know everything that he be doing, but he see different things that he be doing in the stuff that he say. So he know that these women are not lying. So then we go back here and remember Kat done ran out, so now it's just Chelsea and her mom. And you see her mom brought all these different purses in here trying to make her ideas. She was like, okay, so this, and she just steady running off her ideas, and Kat about to lose her mind. But before you know it, Kat was like, Mom, no. She was like, find your own thing. This is my idea. This is mine. And then she just grabbed all her stuff and she started storming out, child. And then this how Danny was looking. I said, oh Lord, she about to grab the bottle again. But Danny, your sister tried to warn you. Your sister, you can't just say you finna join a business and you finna do this and you finna bring your ideas. Like, you can't do that. You gotta ask this woman. This girl said she wanna venture out on her own and do her own thing. And you said, okay. And now you just jumping right back into her business. Like, girl, she said, boy, when she told her mama, find you something to do, find your own thing. Oh my God, that just crushed my heart for Danny. Because I know she didn't mean it like that, but she was just so annoyed at how Danny came in there just, oh, da 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 da. And I mean, she wouldn't stop talking, y'all. She was just going, going, going. And then Kat was like, but it's a good idea. So now your mama doing this, and your cousin know that you don't want your mom involved in your business, and then she entertain it, and then she up and leave you to sit there and handle it, which was wrong. Kat was wrong for that. And that was the end of Beyond the Gates, episode 24. If y'all watched it, let me know. If y'all watched it and y'all know what Andre's response was, or if he had a response, maybe he didn't have a response. Maybe we're gonna hear the response tomorrow, because I don't think I heard his response. I just heard what old girl said to him, and I wish I could remember her name, but shall I don't. But all right, you guys, make sure y'all like the video, leave y'all comments down below, subscribe to the channel, click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload, and so that you help me and my channel grow and get in the YouTube algorithm and stay there so I can reach a broader audience. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. And as we say before we go, love, peace, and hair grease. Smooches. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful rest of y'all Monday. Bye.